Zero Code Gamer here, back again with another video, and we're basically talking about updates to a lot of the content that's in Marvel Strike Force, and as a more of a pushing, I'm getting to that point to where I'm towards, in that end game type of feel, but there's really no end game to this game because it can keep going. It's more and more characters added, but if I was pushing more towards mid gamers and new players, you want to have the gear and the availability of certain things to either grind out and get them, or eventually get them through some type of events or milestones or something that you're normally doing on an everyday basis. And Marvel Strike Force, Scopely, you guys updated this before, but it's not. It's been a while since you guys updated them, and the growing need for certain let's say gold training mats, gear, availability of characters, the milestones that are completed. It's very, 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 I don't know, 2 years ago. Saying that training mats going up to tier 14 and 10 of the L3s and 18 of the L4s are not really that, that great. So you get them times 3, obviously. So you'll get 70 L3s and 54, well, my fault, 30 L3s and 54 L4s, which basically don't do too much, because now that we're reaching level 90 and pushing for level 90, getting one character to level 90 is a pain. Getting several over the course of 2 months between each patch, because new characters come out, is very, very difficult. And I want to push for, hey, these need to be updated. They need to be pushed more. The amounts need to be increased a bit, just a bit more, because we do need more training mats to get these characters up there. Otherwise, well, then you're going to have to spend. And a lot of people don't want to spend on a mobile video game. I do understand the free-to-play community, that we don't want to spend on anything, and that's it. But if we don't have the game back 3 or 4 years ago was more of a grinding out. If you grind and grind and grind, you can get gear, you can get, some type of credits. You get something for playing as long as possible. It'd be draining, but you'd get a lot of stuff. Now it's more pay to win, where if you don't got it, you got to go to an offer and try to buy it. And hopefully it does it, but by the time you build that character up, there's more characters coming, and whether or not they're in the meta or not, it's daunting. The ability enhancements definitely need to be updated as well. But then again, if you're doing most raids, and whether it's Doom or Ultimus, you are getting, T2s, T3s, and a few T4s. And I could see them trying to gate that a little bit more, so that way you gotta wait to beef up certain, character abilities. But even if you just boost it up by 5, would definitely help out. Once you get closer towards, the at least around 20 million TCP, you're going to have a stockpile of T2s and T3s, but T4s do become very, very, scarce. If there could be, some sort of system where you can convert those T2s to T3s, and maybe those T3s to T4s, even if it's like 1,000 just to make another one or something. Well, maybe not that much, maybe like 100 to get 100 T2s to get a T3, and 100 T3s to get one T4. We could go ahead and just use them, because most of those will never get used, because we earn those a lot during the milestones and a lot of the events, because that's what Scopely does, is put them in the events. So we do need at least some type of system to get rid of these, because at the moment I got 26,000 that'll never get used. I got another 20,000 that'll never get used. They will get used in small increments, but I gain more of those in events and milestones faster than I do spending them. So it's because they're not as widely scarce, and are not as widely needed for certain abilities. Another one, origin gear. So we get origin gear all over the place, and it's usually just regular orange gear, just depending on which ones. You got biofuel, mutagens, alchemy, expertise, and it's the same ones over and over. And I got an abundance of them. So eventually, once you get towards around where I'm at, which is over 19 million TCP, you get abundance of these, and it needs to be either a little bit updated, or can we convert these to something else, something to be useful, because we're not going to use them unless the character requires it, and by the time a character requires it, we technically don't freaking need it. So it's just going to sit there and stockpile. The bigger one on the challenges is Catalyst. Now, this right here was probably big time, just a bunch back when the game first started, and probably up until a little bit before the pandemic in 2019. But now, 27 catalysts, 24, health catalysts don't go anywhere, when the requirements are like 600 to 900 to 2400 altogether for one. That's not going to get me anywhere. These need to be drastically updated to have a few more in there. Obviously, you're going to get a lot more purple ones, purple gear ones, because we do get a lot of orbs from blitzing and other events. But once you get towards the SBCs, it's definitely a different turn. So we do need an update on that. You do need to give us a little bit of something, just something, just a little bit. Orb fragments. Yeah, basic orbs, well, whatever, you keep it as is. Premium orbs, maybe just a little bit more. That way, at least we got more chances to not get something we want. But at least having more chance to get something we don't want than not having the chance at all seems a little bit better. So, yeah, go ahead. And I could see why you're negating the part with red stars, because most of the time, the point whatever percent really never comes up, and you want to make sure people can just go ahead and try to get their hopes up. But I see why you do 1,000, but you could still do the same thing for both basic and premium, just so that way we have, I guess, the illusion of getting something when we know we're not. But you can at least give us something with it. Here we finally did get something for dark health to dark, doing dark dimension, which is fine. The blitz credits, yeah, that's great, but this is probably more valuable than most, because we do want to play in the raids and we play more of it. So maybe switching around the numbers to 45 to these blitz charges and 90 over here for the health packs would be a lot better, because now we're doing more raids than we are blitzing. Because we're basically just blitzing just to get some milestones, either out of the quick blitz or some character that's coming out that we've probably already got. And we could probably use more health packs for raid, because that's where we're in most of the time, is raid. So that would be a very good update. Now I know this one is they've updated it. Yes, they've updated it to a little bit more, but just a little bit more. We have characters out there that getting them from level 80 to level 90 is ridiculous in gold. And that's just one character. And then bringing up every one of them today is just overwhelming in terms of the fact that we don't got gold. So maybe multiplying this by 3, which would help out, and then maybe pushing the payday event just a little bit more. So that way we can actually upgrade a couple characters instead of just going, I'm probably only going to be able to upgrade 1.5. That would help out. And gold orbs, the gold orbs need to be updated. Maybe something with, instead, the percentage on it needs to be updated a little bit, because most of the time we get gold out of it, and it's really we rarely see 1 million, rarely see 2, and every now and then we'll see a 3. And then it would be nice if we got a little bit more than this per gold orb, because opening one gold orb is basically just, upgrading one of the smaller characters on your roster than doing actually characters that we are forced to do. But hey, it's just a thought. Just to say, you probably could update this too as well. Maybe push out a little bit more gold. I don't know, add another 0 right there. It might make blitzing just a little bit more important, just a little. But getting 30,000 each orb would make this orb a little bit more valuable, and people actually blitzing more, so that way they can at least get these blitzes done. Or 325 blitz credits, they'll blitz so that way they can get those 10, and it'll build up over time. That would be uniquely helpful. Very, very uniquely helpful. And why not add all the minions inside here? Every minion, just put them inside the Blitz store. Put them all down at the bottom. That way, and then pull them out of any orb that they're already in. There's no reason that any minion should be in an orb anymore. There are far too many characters that are out there that we do need, that we would like, and we can't get them because, hey, well, they're stuck in an orb that probably will get dropped, maybe, if. You'll only get them when, you know, the RNG gods decide to go ahead and give us something nice, but it rarely happens, but it is what it is. Another big thing that probably is good to look at, and which I really want to help, I really want to push for, is this. So the milestones, you're only rewarding players for spending, you know, more, but not a lot more. And then once you spend a lot more, you're not getting rewarded for doing it. So these 3 slots should all be filled with something. Something that's, hey, I'm spending a lot more gold. Why wouldn't I get rewarded with some type of stuff to do it? It would make me think, hey, I should spend more when I got it so I can get to that. 5 L3 training mats is a punch in the face. It really is. It's a punch in the face. 2,000? Yeah, no. And then 50 per each, just for 15, and then another 50? No, come on. You could do better, Scopely. Let's fill these up. Let's update them. Let's update all the rewards in here too. Maybe give a little bit extra, maybe 15 for cores. Maybe a little bit, maybe 500. Maybe another 500. Add these, you know, put them in there. The SBCs here. Can we up this to 50? Really? We require so many. You know, make it 100. There you go, another 100. And then start putting more in here so that way we are incentivized to spend. So that way we spend, we get some more gear. It might add up over time, but we're eventually going to use it because SBCs is a big deal right now. Once you get towards pushing further, there's a lot less, and you either got to wait or try to find some way to get around an event to get it. And the other ones too, you could probably start moving around. This streak one is actually quite nice. If you do all of them here, you get at least one armory 16, so that's not bad. And getting a little bit of extra gold is great, but we do need more. We do need a lot more. And I think the bigger one would be the Blitz rewards. Now I know the Blitz rewards did get updated a little while ago. They did. And it was cute. It really was. It was really cute because it was only 3 milestones that were updated, and they were only updated by about 380,000, which is basically one character getting leveled up from level 75 to level 76, because it costs around 380 or 350 or somewhere around in that bar park. That's not going to help us. Start updating the hell out of these. Start filling up more slots with anything. Put something else in there to incentivize the players. That would be great. That'd be awesome. Let's do this. Let's push it around. Let's make sure it goes. But because it would be what we require, at least to do something, because these slots shouldn't be empty. They should all be filled. You know, give a lot more gold in this, and people will go for, you know, blitzing. Or if you can't, if it's a coding issue, which it sounds like it probably is because you only updated 3, why not just add more milestones? Add more milestones and give more gold. A lot more people will start blitzing more if there was more milestones in there for stuff that they were getting, for stuff that they're already doing. So let it keep going, let it get higher, let it go to like milestone 40 or milestone 60, and let it just keep going, because some of these blitz scores can go up to like 80 mil, 90 mil, 100 mil. And at least some of those guys, they won't really care for them. But for newbies or people that are trying to get to it, it kind of just shows, hey, if I get to that point, I get more rewards. Let me keep going. And it might incentivize them to go for it. So, boom. But we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, Scopely does it. We want them to. It would be great if they did, but we'd like them to. But there's a lot of updates in this game that needs to happen. It does need to happen because there is bottlenecks everywhere, and some people do got some bottlenecks here, some bottlenecks there, but we all got bottlenecks all around. And as a community, we need to come around and say, hey, boom, let's go, let's get this done, and let's try to figure out what's happening, because we need to let Scopely know what's going down. So let's band together and get these things updated, push for it. I mean, we got them to fix the bug, and we got them to give us rewards for it. They just gave it to everybody. Let's see if we can get this fixed too. The most important one that I would say is Blitz. Not Blitz, my bad. Stupid thing to say. War. War is important to a lot of people. War isn't important to a lot of people. Mainly because whether you win or lose, you're getting around the same stuff. It's not a big disparity between the gold, the amount of credits, the amount of T4s, pushing up further, blah, blah, blah. Literally, they haven't changed the rewards in quite a while, and they haven't updated them, and they seem more like beginning of this game rewards. They need to be updated. Add another 0 to the end of it. It really needs to get updated. Like when we go into rewards and we try to take a look at it, let's see if it because I know it only gives about a certain amount of gold, and it's like, well, shoot, I get more gold. Yeah, I get about the same amount of gold as I do, in blitzing, and that's just So even the highest one, let's go all the way to Diamond. Diamond gives out 400,000 to 240, 6,000 versus 54, 2,000 versus 1,800. These are just stockpiling. And then you got some T4s. So you get the same amount of T4s either way it goes. So it's not really incentivizing alliances to push forward or make sure that they win. Either way, they're going to get something. The only thing that changes is the score, is your ranking. That's it. How about you update these? How about you put them? Look, that's 400,000. How about we update it by, I don't know, 25 to 50%. Push it up a bit. There you go. That'll incentivize people. Just just put more on the victory side and maybe update the defeat side by maybe just 10%. It will definitely incentivize people to win war. Update the knockout credits. Put more in there for knockout credits. Make it 100. That way, you get a lot more credits there, and you'll see a lot more pushing. That way, everybody gets more, and it's incentivizing the actual war. The victory team feels like a victory, and not like just, oh, look, it's not that big of a gap. What do we care? Would be a big deal. No, let's push for it, because it needs to be updated. This needs to be updated, and if possible, an MVP. We do it for both sides. Don't get me wrong, we would like everybody to have, MVPs on both sides to show who performed best on their teams. Great. How about the actual MVP on the winning team get some extra rewards? Maybe like 250,000 extra gold. I don't know, 1,000 extra credits, 1,000 extra war credits, maybe another 10 T4s. That would incentivize even more people on alliances to try to win war. Make sure they don't waste any charges out there trying to beat them in there. I'm just saying, let's get this gold thing. Let's get this gold mine just pushing out. Let's get some gold infused into the game so that way people can actually do stuff with characters instead of just sitting around just going, well, I gotta wait around till I get to it, and then that's it. Now, let's see if we can do it, y'all. We need more rewards in war. We need these updated, and MVP should mean something. It literally says it. Most valuable player. Well, make the most valuable player feel like it. Because if I get an MVP in war, there's nothing there. Wow. My picture comes up. That's it. Ooh, Zero Cold Gamer's the MVP. Okay, great. Did I get anything? No, we just won. That's it. Oh, wait. I was the MVP. Oh, we lost. No, let's update this. Come on, Scopely. Stop messing around. We need these things updated. You update these things and you infuse a bunch of gold, a bunch of updates, a bunch of gear, and a bunch of stuff to milestones and rewards that have just basically been put to just put on the back burner. We need to bring them to the forefront. So once these get put through, people will be a little bit more incentivized to play the game, and that's what we all want to do. We want to play the game. We want to have a challenge to do it, but let's push in that challenge for it, because you start putting in more gold into war, people are going to fight for it. And it's going to get a little messy, yes, and it'll get a little backlash because not everything's going to be liked by everybody. But seeing an update to gold everywhere, seeing an update to credits or gear or some type of bottleneck, people tend to be happy. So let's try it, Scopely. But all in all, we need to get the updates. Let's try to find a way as a community to get these updates. Until the next, doses.